This is an inner journey, a passage from the colorful and deceptive layers of pop psychology toward the honest darkness of the human psyche. In a world where we are often bombarded with countless pieces of advice, motivational quotes, and ready-made formulas for happiness, a simple yet fundamental question arises from within. Do these things truly help us, or are they merely sedatives that postpone the truth? Yellow psychology refers to a category of concepts, books, and lectures that often lack scientific foundation, using simple and motivational language to offer quick and superficial solutions for every pain and problem. Phrases like, "You can do it," "The universe is watching over you," "Everything depends on your mind," and "Think positively and good things will happen" are classic examples of this style. The problem is not that these sentences are entirely wrong, rather, it's the excessive simplification, the denial of harsh realities, and the imposition of a toxic optimism that prevent the audience from gaining a deeper understanding of themselves and the world. Yellow psychology turns the mind into a consumer of packaged hopes, not a seeker of truth. Yellow psychology often tries to instill positive thinking by belittling suffering and ignoring sadness. This mindset can lead individuals to deny their real problems because they think being upset means failure in self-improvement. But being human means experiencing a full spectrum of emotions. One prominent feature of yellow psychology is the overemphasis on personal responsibility. If you're poor, it's your fault. If you're not successful, it's because you didn't want it badly enough. This view is not only unfair but also ignores social, cultural, and economic structures, ultimately leading to a form of victim blaming. Yellow psychology, with promises like The Secret or the Law of Attraction, leads people to believe that if they just think positively, the world will align with their desires. In reality, such an approach diverts people from planning, smart effort, analyzing conditions, and accepting limitations. Yellow psychology often tells grieving, defeated, or depressed individuals that it's all in your mind, using a cruel tone with a smile. This ignores the context of life, the history of pain, and the complexity of human existence. In fact, it's a kind of violence, sugar-coated. Against this shallow and misleading current stand authors who, with a realistic, sometimes brutal but honest perspective, have explored the human condition. Instead of making promises, they've held up a mirror for us to see ourselves as we truly are. Jordan Peterson, Canadian conservative psychologist. In 12 Rules for Life, Peterson encourages the reader to take responsibility, embrace suffering, and bring order to personal life. A quote that captures his essence: compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Instead of external comparisons and competition, he focuses on gradual, internal growth. Theodore Dalrymple, British physician and writer. In Life at the Bottom, Dalrymple writes from first-hand experience with Britain's underclass and critically addresses liberal psychology and victim culture. One of his quotes, "Non-judgmentalism is at best indifference and at worst a form of cruelty. He believes society needs moral judgment, and blurring boundaries doesn't help people grow." C.S. Lewis, conservative author and theological thinker. In the Screwtape Letters, Lewis symbolically narrates the mental temptations of man. One quote, "Gratitude looks to the past and love to the present. Fear, avarice, lust, and ambition look ahead." He highlights the importance of psychological time and conscious presence, as opposed to a mind lost in future delusions. Paul Joseph Watson, commentator and social critic. Watson has repeatedly criticized yellow psychology and shallow self-help culture, emphasizing that modern society distracts people from deep thought and recognizing truth. His perspective is often critical, not out of pessimism, but to restore a sense of responsibility and awareness. Realism in psychology doesn't just mean seeing flaws and limitations, but accepting and moving through them. Unlike yellow psychology that constantly says everything is fine, the realist approach says everything is hard, but you can get through it. Sometimes the best sentence isn't "you are strong," but rather, "you have the right to be tired, the right to fall down, but falling down is not the end." Realism means, instead of promising overnight success, accept that human growth is slow, gradual, and costly. This path, for me, was not about improving the image I have of myself, but about seeing my true image. I came to realize that sometimes, one must let go of things that feel good, but aren't real. One must dare to look at pain, stay in it, and emerge from it. Yellow psychology might be like a sweet candy that makes you forget your hunger, but it's never a meal. And I was looking for a meal, not candy. Now I know that there are two voices in my mind. One says, "You are the best, just believe it." And the other says, "You still have a long way to go, but you can go." The first is more seductive, the second more real. And I've made my choice. Thank you for listening to us. If this video touched you, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who might need it.